While missiles flew across the Middle East, Iran may have been tracking American soldiers through their smartphones. Not through hacking, through the phone signal itself. Every ping, every roaming connection, a potential location. US Central Command has already warned Congress. The battlefield has moved. It is now in the pocket of every soldier deployed in the region. As missiles flew across the Middle East, another battle was unfolding in silence. Recent reports emerging from the Gulf claim Iran-linked actors tried to track American troops through their mobile phones, exposing a dangerous vulnerability in modern warfare. According to a new report by Financial Times, cyber operators were attempting to track the real-time locations of American troops and contractors using their mobile phones. Financial Times on July 14 reported the cyber espionage activity targeting US-linked military and diplomatic networks.
The malicious tracking attempts came in the build-up to the US-Israeli assault on Iran in late February, and continued in the early days of the war, when Tehran retaliated with missile and drone strikes against US forces and military installations around the region.
The data, shared with the FT by the Mobile Surveillance Monitor Research Project, shows regional telecom networks fending off a wave of requests, called SS7 pings. These sought to pin down the locations of specific phones roaming outside their home networks, in what two cybersecurity experts who reviewed the data said suggested a coordinated campaign. Officials in the Gulf reportedly suspect Iran, or groups aligned with Tehran, exploited roaming agreements with regional telecom providers to track US personnel. Separately, a US official told the newspaper that actors linked to Iran also abused commercially available advertising databases to monitor phones in Iraqi Kurdistan.
Iran absolutely has capabilities to get real-time, immediate, and continuous location information. It would surprise me very much if Iran were not using SS7 or mobile network access in the region to track US users.
During the conflict, Iranian missile and drone strikes hit several locations in Iraq, Bahrain, and elsewhere in the Gulf, injuring American personnel and contractors. However, US officials stressed there is no evidence that digital tracking played a decisive role in those attacks. Even so, US Central Command informed Congress earlier this year that it had received multiple threat reports regarding adversaries exploiting commercial location data to monitor American personnel deployed in the region. US Senator Ron Wyden warned that foreign governments have long been capable of exploiting these vulnerabilities, describing commercial location data as a growing national security threat. Meanwhile, Republican Congressman Pat Harrigan is proposing legislation to prevent technology companies from selling the digital location data of US government employees.
The capability and the threat exists. If it continues to be exploited and it's exploited properly, it could be catastrophic.
Experts say the danger extends beyond hacked devices. Modern smartphones constantly generate what intelligence specialists call a digital exhaust: location data, advertising identifiers, and other information that can reveal where users are, even without compromising the phone itself. As warfare becomes increasingly digital, the battlefield is no longer defined only by missiles and drones. It now extends into the phones carried in soldiers' pockets, where a simple signal could reveal far more than anyone intended. A new front in modern conflict is opening once again, not with missiles or warships, but with threats, leaked identities, and cyber intimidation. Now, a pro-Iran hacking group claims it has penetrated sensitive information linked to thousands of United States naval personnel. The group, known as Handala, says it has obtained the identities of tens of thousands of what it described as terrorist US Navy personnel, framing the move as retaliation for what it calls crimes committed during the joint US-Israeli aggression against Iran. In a statement, the group said it had sent a direct message to US Marines through WhatsApp, warning that those who believed their identities were hidden should think again.
We have sent a direct message to US Marines via WhatsApp and said, "Those who thought their identities were hidden, think again. The identities of tens of thousands of US Navy personnel, from operational bases to recreational activities and off-duty patrols, are fully known to us. We will deal with you terrorists whose hands are stained with the blood of MNAB students. We suggest you contact your families right now and say your final goodbyes."
The claims are tied to the broader conflict that began on February 28th, when the United States and Israel launched military operations against Iran. According to the account presented in the statement, more than 3,300 Iranians were killed during the campaign. The group also said that on the first day of the war, a girls' elementary school in Minab, southern Iran, was struck during US-Israeli attacks, resulting in the deaths of at least 168 children. That remains part of the narrative advanced by the hackers as they justify their cyber retaliation campaign. Handala has previously claimed responsibility for other high-profile cyber intrusions. Last month, the group announced that it had gained full access to data belonging to FBI Director Kash Patel. In that statement, the hackers mocked what they described as the security image projected by the United States government. They claimed the FBI was just a name, adding that behind it, there was no real security. Handala said that the cyber attack came after the FBI announced a $10 million reward for information leading to the capture of its members. Beyond the United States, the group also claims a record of targeting senior Israeli figures, exposing private information and contributing to what it describes as psychological and information warfare against Israel. Earlier this month, the group claimed to breach the phone of former Israeli military chief Herzi Halevi and obtained thousands of pictures and videos. The latest statement appears designed not only to threaten individuals, but also to undermine confidence in American military security and digital protection systems. Cyber warfare has increasingly become a parallel battlefield, where data leaks, intimidation campaigns, and reputational damage can have strategic impact far beyond physical front lines. Whether all of Handala's claims can be independently verified or not, the message is clear. The conflict is no longer confined to airspace, borders, or seas.